Good afternoon, everyone. I am Emma Toops. I am the executive chair for American Warriors and the facilitator for the Purple Connection. This event is hosted and sponsored by Toops Consulting. David and I are connectors, coaches, and consultants in Toops Consulting, and we thank you for being here. Welcome, especially to those where this is your first Purple Connection event. For our new attendees, thank the person who invited you. They felt that you might benefit by contributing or attending the event. And to our regulars, thank you. It's good to see you again. Next slide. Here is the event agenda. First, I'll do an introduction of American Warriors and the Purple Connection. Go over what we're going to be doing today, which is a networking social, 3 fun facts, 2 truths and 1 lie. I'll follow that with how to get involved with American Warriors, some future events announcements, and then show a preview of what's coming up next month and wrap up the event. Next slide. Okay, first, an introduction to American Warriors. American Warriors is a special interest group of the ACA Business Club, which is a private club with the philosophy that business flows out of relationships. People do business with people that they know, like, and trust. Thus, members are committed to creating solid connections by learning and practicing the fundamentals of strategic networking and relationship building. American Warriors are club members then who have an affinity with or support those who have served our country in military or public service. The mission statement for American Warriors is that we provide educational and networking opportunities for patriotic citizens who are leaders in business and support the transition to private and public sector business of active duty service members and first responders. The Purple Connection is one vehicle that American Warriors use to fulfill its mission. So the challenges of transitioning from the military is a very well-researched problem. It's evident by the multitude of military support nonprofits and community organizations that provide services to address these challenges. Driving Community Impact was a white paper published in April of 2015 by the IVMF of Syracuse University. They determined after several years of research and thousands of surveys that the leading gap in services was not that there was a lack of services and support, but there was a lack of collaboration and connectedness of the service and support. Very often, transitioning military feel a loss of purpose. They may feel isolated or misunderstood, but often feel overwhelmed for their need of help, but are disconnected or lack affinity to the people and culture of their new environment. So how do you solve it? You create a partnership of stakeholders who have a common goal for supporting American Warriors. The Purple Connection is a community of partnered stakeholders with a common focus of service, support, and care so that we can effectively address the challenges of transition. So what's up with the name? There's actually 2 reasons for it. In government jargon, the color for joint is purple. When our military is operating overseas on a deployment, that environment is comprised of a multitude of seemingly disparate entities with differing purposes, but they have a common purpose through the operation that unites and focuses their effort. The Purple Connection is an attempt to replicate this type of joint environment to support the American Warrior in transition. Another reason is that when you combine the colors of red and blue, you get purple. In the Purple Connection, we're facilitating the connection of individuals who identify more closely to either the military community or the military support and business community. And when they come together, it's a Purple Connection. Here are the vision and mission of the Purple Connection. We create awareness to enable access and then empower action through collaboration and encouragement to expedite reintegration, support growth and healing, and enable opportunities. We do this by regularly bringing together community experts and facilitating connections through educational networking. All right, so the rules of engagement for today's networking social. This is not our usual program. The format usually is a panel program, a Q&A, and a transition tip speaker. But today we're going to learn a little bit more about everyone on the call. So today is an opportunity for all of us to share 3 fun facts, 2 truths, and 1 lie. These facts can be about yourself or your business. The fudged fact can be a white lie or just going to be a flat out lie. Okay, the fun is in learning about each other and in trying to guess out which one is the lie. So that people aren't stepping on each other, to share, when you're ready to participate, type your fun facts into the channel. Number them 1, 2, 3. I will call on you to say them to the community, or I will read them if you prefer. This should take less than 30 seconds. The community will take 1 minute to figure out which one is the lie and for you to tell us. As always, there will be a timer. If you already know someone's lie, don't spoil the fun. Let the community try to figure it out. I'll call on everyone with the opportunity to participate, so please do. The fun facts can be whatever you're comfortable sharing. The recording is going on right now, so just know that. Use the chat to also share your point of contact information. Ask for any support or connections that you seek, as is the usual routine. The chat will be saved and all attendees will get a cleaned up copy in the future, so you can follow up with each other as you like. I will do event announcements and then wrap up the event. So I'm going to start this off with the example that was provided in the email for the event. So 3 fun facts, 2 truths and 1 lie about Tpc Consulting's logo. First fact, my favorite color is purple. Second, the subtle appearance of an owl is because we're in the knowledge business and I was a Chi Omega in college, and the owl is one of our house symbols. Third fact, purple part of the logo represents that David and I are both Geminis. So which one of the 3 facts is the lie? Who wants to try and guess? All right, Annie says the third one is the lie. Anybody else agree with Annie? Oh, somebody says number 1's the lie. Okay, lots of choices for number 3 being the lie. Number 3 is actually not a lie. David and I are both Geminis. Our birthdays are in June, 1 day apart, actually. We do have a vote for number 1 being the lie.
It's too easy. It's too simple. It had to be the lie.
What's that? Number 1 was a vote for the lie, and that is the lie. My favorite color is not purple. It's David's favorite color. My favorite color is blue. All right. So that's an example of what we're going to do. And we're going to go around the room, and everybody will have an opportunity to do the same. The timer, actually, since we don't have as many people on as I thought we would, I probably don't need to time us. So for whoever is ready to go ahead and put in your 1, 2, and 3 in the chat, and then I will call on you so that you can share your fun facts with us. All right, let's see here. LaDon, how about you do your fun facts?
Chosen most shy in high school, number 1. Number 2, I've met Emma in person. And number 3, I'm a 2nd-degree black belt.
Ah, those are some cool facts. Well, I would guess that 1 is true.
1 is true.
Any other guesses on LaDon's fun facts? Who thinks which one's the lie?
I have met Emma in person.
He's right. It is.
Agree.
I've never met her in person.
Yeah,
Only on
Well,
Zoom.
being on the East Coast, and I've never actually been where you are. She's in Pennsylvania.
Yes.
I
All
can
right,
tell
who
you were
wants
a
to go
black belt.
next?
How do you tell that?
Huh?
Just had that vibe.
Oh, okay, because most people don't believe it when they
I
find that
know.
out. But I do have the belt to prove it.
All right. How about Jim Meadows? You go.
I lost my place here. Okay. I have traveled to France. I was born in Niagara Falls, New York. I have jumped out of an airplane 2 times with a parachute and 3,418 times without a parachute.
3 seems like the lie to me. Wow, how would that work?
Yeah, but maybe number 3 is true, because if the plane was on the ground, he could have jumped out
Yeah,
from the
that could be
plane to
true.
the ground.
You know what? That's
So I would-
that's
I'm
probably
gonna
like
guess
one of
number
those
1 is the
attention to
lie.
detail things.
I agree. Number 1 is not true.
Travel to France. Who thinks one's the lie? James thinks it's a lie. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else want to make a guess? All right. I think 2 is the lie. Jim, you want to tell us?
Number 1 is the lie. 2 and 3 are
Oh.
true.
Okay. Was it what James was saying? The plane was on the ground?
Bacon and egg, exactly.
Nice. How do you know that exact number?
That's an estimate. I've been around planes for so much. I know it's
Yeah,
thousands
no
of times.
kidding. Yeah, no kidding. Very cool. Okay. Well, those are fun facts. Where were you in France? Or that was the
lie.
lie. Okay. Man, James, you're pretty good at this, picking out the lies. All right, let's see who's next. DA Lanham, you're new to the group. Hello. Up, you're muted.
There we go. I am new to the group. Karen Baker posted that she'd be attending this on LinkedIn, and I saw it and just hopped in.
Nice.
I kind of party crashed. I wasn't truly invited, but I just kind of
Oh,
party
sure
crashed.
you were. Sure you were.
So
I'm glad you're here.
good to be here.
Okay.
So I have 3 facts here, and I'll let you all worry through them. I run a Texas-based fuel company from my living room in Georgia. Or I served 21 years in the Army with only 5 duty stations. Or I've spent 10 years of my life in Asia.
What was that last one? 10 years where?
I have spent 10 years of my life in Asia.
Well, I would believe that you are a military retiree. We have some of those on the call. All right. Let's see. I called on you and now I can't. Hold on.
Number 2.
Scrolling through the chat is a little bit difficult for me. Here we go. Say your fun facts one more time. Number 1.
I run a Texas-based fuel company from my living room in Georgia.
Okay.
I served for 21 years in the Army with only 5 duty stations. I have
Oh.
spent 10 years of my life in Asia.
Okay. So who thinks the first one's the lie? Okay, we got a couple yays on that one. Annie's like, nah. Okay. Annie thinks the second one is the lie with only 5 duty stations. I know some people who serve a really long time and only have a handful of duty stations. So I think 2 is true. Anybody think number 3 is the lie?
I think it makes sense. Number 1's the lie. If he spent 20 years in the Army with only 5 duty stations, 10 of those could have been in Asia.
Okay. All right. That's some good logic. Okay. All right.
Okay, I'm going to
Well,
stop
I
my
think-
video for a second.
How? What's that?
This is my fuel company, and I do run it from, it's a Dallas-based company. I do run it from my living room in Georgia.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay.
And all
Okay.
that
I-
took was me looking at LinkedIn.
Okay. I spent 21 years in service, Fort Riley, Fort Wainwright, Alaska, Camp Smith, Hawaii, Fort Hood, Texas, and Daegu, South Korea. That's my 5 duty stations in 21 years. And I've actually spent 16 years in Asia. That's the lie.
So 16, not 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
4 of them in uniform, and then the following 12 out of uniform since I've retired. I've only been back in America for 2 years.
Oh, wow. Well, very cool.
And what makes that number 2 statement and that number 3 statement so tricky is all you got to do is knock it off by 1 year on either one.
It was a full 6 years on the other one. I spent 16 years in Korea and Japan.
How many years in Daegu? Because that's where my family's from.
I spent 4 years in uniform there, another 3 years as a DLA civilian, and then another 2 years as a Booz Allen Hamilton consultant. So a total of 9 in Daegu.
Oh, man. Wow.
So you might have run into my father because he's been there for the past 7 years working on the bases there
Okay.
as a GS.
Okay.
All right. Very good. All right. Let's see who's going to go next. Let's do Chris, since you're already speaking a little bit. Christopher Benson.
Hello, everyone. I'm Chris with TimeWise Media. TimeWise, we are a marketing firm here in Kansas City. We help a lot of different people. And these are the 3 things that I put. Number 1, through marketing, we can send commercials directly to pet owners. I've written commercials for Pat Mahomes. And number 3, I was married at a surprise wedding. So 2 of those are real. 1 of them is not. So through marketing, we can send commercials directly to pet owners. I've written commercials for Pat Mahomes, and I was married at a surprise wedding. But which one of those is the lie?
Which one's the lie? Okay. Any takers for number 1 being the lie? Okay. Everybody believes that one. Number 2? I think number 2 is the lie. I mean, a lot of people think number 2 is the lie. Number 3, anybody think number 3 is the lie?
He is from Kansas City. It could be true. You don't know.
Right. Okay. So looks like most of people think number 2 is the lie, Chris.
Really? Okay. Well, number 1 is definitely true. I can send marketing to pet owners, to people who drink wine. It's narrowed down now, so I can target people through different programs that we have through marketing. Number 2 is I've written commercial for Pat Mahomes, and the answer is I have not. But I've written them for many other chiefs, and I was married at a surprise wedding.
That one
And
I
some of you
knew
may
was
have
true
been there.
because I thought I was just going to a birthday party. Like, wait a minute, I'm way underdressed for this event. Very cool. Great.
But if
Those are fun.
you know Pat Mahomes and he needs some help with the commercial, I'm the guy, because I ride him
Oh.
every week for different chiefs and different sporting events, and I'm trying to get him. I'm trying. He could use my help. I promise he could use my help. He's not out there enough. He needs some help with the marketing. Okay. We don't see him enough. And he's playing tonight. Don't forget.
Oh yeah, I heard an announcement at an event this morning that there's a game today. Okay, how about you, Anne?
Okay. So my three are, the first one is I've broken my back 3 times. The second one is I have jumped off the DC's Capitol Arena. And the third one is I own 10 horses.
Well, 1 and 2 might be related.
Okay, that was funny. Okay.
I hope number 1's the lie, but I actually not sure. I do know you like animals, but that's a lot of horses. All right, let's ask the community. Who thinks number 1 is the lie? Okay, everybody seems to think that one's true.
I think 1 and 2 kind of go together, girl.
Number 2, who thinks number 2 is the lie? Jim thinks number 2 is the lie. Okay, how about number 3? Is number 3 the lie? I think number 3 is the lie. I think she probably owns horses, but not 10. All right.
Okay.
How'd we do?
So yes, I have broken my back 3 times. No, it was not related to my jumping off the Capitol Arena. I actually rappelled Aussie style, face down the Capitol Arena. Yeah, hooah. And,
wow.
I actually own 4 horses, 6 goats, a pig, more than 50 different kinds of birds, 9 cats, and 2 dogs.
Oh my goodness. On a farm, I hope.
A farm. I have a farm.
All
so
right.
not all the cats are in the house, but yeah, so. Yep.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well,
actually,
dang.
Yep.
The broken back 3 times.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Was it because of being in the military?
No, actually. The first one was I was a police officer and I was hit from behind and did whiplash and broke my up my back. And then the second time, I actually don't know when I did it because the third time when I did it, I was actually riding a horse. I didn't fall off. I was riding a horse and
wow.
I didn't, he's kind of a knucklehead and he doesn't know how to go from canter to trot very well. And so I was sick at the time. And when he went from canter to trot and my back didn't flex, I actually crushed a vertebrae, blew 1 disc and bulged 2 others. And so when they did the MRI of my back, they were like, oh yeah, you have remodeling on your lumbar region too. And I was like, oh, So at some point in my life, I've also broken just above my lumbar region too. So well, technically I've broken my back 4 times. I actually also cracked my tailbone once. So yeah.
Well, you know, those things are something to where once you've done it once, it's kind of like a heat injury and a cold injury. That's what I was told when I herniated a disc in my back. It's like, you want to be careful because now that you've done it once, the likelihood that it'll happen again is higher.
Yeah.
So don't do any more of that.
Well, that's why I don't do the horse and dog training anymore because my kids were like, yeah, Mom, all done.
Okay.
You can't lose another parent. Sorry. So
yeah. All right. All right. Okay. So who's next? How about you, Sharon?
Hi, I'm Sharon Keller, real estate consultant with Keller Williams Realty Partners, as well as a secondary retired school teacher who has gone back to substitute teach. Yes, I have 3 fun facts. A little hard to know which ones that I wanted to choose because I know Emma knows me on some of those things. But the first one is that I am an author, published author for a children's book on moving. The second one is that I've traveled throughout South America. And the third one is I'm a graduate from the UCLA Law School.
All right. Some of us know you, so I'm not gonna not out the stuff. Okay, who thinks that Sharon is a published author? You think that one's a lie? Okay, so everybody believes that one. Everyone believes that one. All right, who thinks number 2 is the lie? All right, got a couple three folks or so who think the second one's the lie. Who thinks the third one's the lie? There's four folks who think that one's the lie. All right. Well, looks like folks think number 3 is the lie, Sharon.
Well, and that is to a certain extent. I am a graduate from the UCLA Law School, but in their attorney assistant program. So I did go to the law school, but I'm not a graduate per se from the UCLA Law School, just from their program on being an attorney assistant, which is like people here in the Midwest was know it as the paralegal or legal assistant program.
Very cool. So where throughout South America have you traveled?
And almost every country.
No kidding.
No kidding.
Wow.
My late husband and I were stationed in Panama Canal Zone at Albrook Air Force Base for over 5 years. And since he worked for the general of USASO, there were various times that he had taken travels with the general. And so we decided while we were there, we would just hop on sometimes we went on commercial flights, but the last one, we went all the way down to Rio de Janeiro on a C-130. I slept all the trip down, but it was at night. Worked our way back. We were in Uruguay. Took an overnight steamer from Uruguay to Buenos Aires. We were supposed to take the train over the Andes Mountains into Chile, but because of some banditos that were striking the trains of late, the embassy wouldn't let us take that trip because of my husband's security clearance. And we also were traveling with our 15-month-old daughter at the time too. So, but we went to Santiago, Chile. We've been to Peru several times. Even Machu Picchu was one of the trips. I recommend it highly. And we were in Colombia. There were some countries that we did not go to because it was not recommended that we go. Venezuela was one of them.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Very good. Thank you for those fun facts. All right. Who's next? How about you, Dan?
All right. I'm here in Wisconsin, and my main business is life insurance and tax mitigation for business owners. And that business affiliation, my first one there is that it has been Inc. 5000 fastest growing company for 6 years in a row. And my top strength, I took Emma's strength profile recently, and it was top strength was persuasion. And my first international flight, number 3, was to New Zealand.
Oh, huh. Okay. Main business affiliation's been increased. Okay, 6 years in a row. Persuasion is a top strength, and international flight was to New Zealand. Okay. Okay, let's see. Who thinks number one's the lie? Who thinks number one's the lie? Well, it looks like everybody thinks that one's true. Oh, Jim thinks it's not true. Okay. Number two, top strength in the strengths profile is persuasion. Who thinks that one's the lie? So the strengths profile is an assessment. And so a strength quality, there's 60 of them. So what Dan's saying is of the 60 strength qualities, persuasion is his strongest strength. All right. No takers on that one. Number three, who thinks this one's the lie? I'm thinking this one's the lie.
3.
Okay. Looks like people think number three is the lie.
Well, this doesn't say a lot for your strengths profile because persuasion is my greatest weakness on the profile.
Well,
so
I wasn't going to out it.
I persuaded you using my greatest weakness. Well, I'm kind of happy. I'm happy about that. Maybe I'm improving since I took the test.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't gonna out it. So, but the strengths profile is actually a very useful tool for self-awareness, and several people on the call have taken it. If you're interested in the intro workshop or the assessment, just give me a note and I can talk to you a little bit more about that.
Yes, it was very
your first
accurate.
international flight was to New
Persuasion
Zealand?
is
What was that all about?
Persuasion is a weakness for sure. But that was for my honeymoon 25 years ago, honeymoon trip. So then we spent 2 weeks in Australia after that, 3 weeks.
Very cool. All right. Let's see. Who else has yet to go? About you, Tom?
So I just posted it out there, and good evening to everybody. Tom Duncan. Number one, graduated Kansas State University with a master's degree. Number two, I was once signed for 780,078 mustard agent filled munitions. And number three, I love the Royals.
Huh. Master's degree in what?
And security studies.
Okay. Fun facts. Well, Number two, I actually believe. Because I was a chemical officer in the military, and being a commander, you're signed for stuff. So it's like, you know what? I think that could be true. Who thinks number one's the lie? I think that one's the lie. Oh, John thinks number three is the lie. James, you think number one's the lie? Okay, who thinks number one's the lie? Number one? Okay, how about number two? Who thinks number two is the lie? Looks like people believe number two. Number three is the lie.
Number three.
Man, 5 people think that one's the lie, Tom.
So
which one's the lie?
Going top to bottom, I did graduate Kansas State University, a pilot program with the School of Advanced Military Studies on Leavenworth. I was one of their first 3 graduates of their security studies program back in 2007. And then when I commanded the Pueblo Chemical Depot, when I first got there and before we started the demilitarization operations, that was the number I was signed for. And then we destroyed the first 35,000 after we worked with our partners to get the demil plan up and running. And I'm a huge Cardinals fan. So I'll cheer for the Royals, but only when they're not playing my Redbirds.
Ah, okay. So you guys nailed that one. Very good. Yeah, the Kansas State University master's degree. As far as the different programs available through the military, it's like, well, shoot, which school would it be through? Yep. Well, that's cool. That's neat. Fun facts there. Okay, let's see. Who else? James, have you gone?
There you go. Here's my three.
Okay.
I operate a nonprofit organization. I was a dog foster parent, and I developed a training program for telephone courtesy and effectiveness.
Hmm. Okay. Very cool. Who thinks number one's the lie? Everybody believe that one? Looks like
I'm going to
everybody
go out a
believes
limb since it says James Bauer Veterans Bargains. The Veterans Bargains is a nonprofit, but we'll see in a minute.
it. Okay, I think everyone believes number one. Number two, who believes number two? Who thinks number two is the lie? I actually think number two is the lie. Okay, there's like three of us who think number two is the lie. All right, number three. Who thinks number three is the lie? Okay, we got some people thinking number three is four. Yeah, we got about half the people on two or three being the lie. So which one's the lie?
Well, let's start with number three. I used to work in telecom, and I would teach people how to press this button to make the phone do that. And people asked me to develop a training program for telephone courtesy and effectiveness, and I did.
So that
So
one's
that's true. That one's
okay.
true. I also have a dog named Kenji, who is what's called a foster failure. When you are fostering a dog and you don't adopt them out, but keep them for yourself, you're a foster failure. So I was a dog foster parent. And number one is actually the lie.
Yeah. So it's not official.
The veteran bargains deal is my labor of love, and I didn't want all the red tape of a not-for-profit.
Okay, so it's volunteer work, but it's not an official nonprofit.
Correct.
Okay, so okay, makes sense. All right. How about you, Brian?
Yeah, I don't know if you've got me or not. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, I'm trying to.
Sorry for a
through some
second, but
technical
not
difficulties.
anymore.
Yeah, I sorry about that. I just was in transit and got to the home, so I could get to the computer. So
Okay.
So for me, I've got my three are I have ridden bulls for one. The second one is I have wrestled a grizzly bear. And the third one is on all 7 continents.
Can you put it into the chat? It was a little bit hard to hear you.
Oh, sure can. Let me try.
Okay.
All right. Sorry about that.
Oh, you've ridden a bull. Okay, so you rest. Oh my. Okay. Oh, wow. That's neat. Hmm.
Yeah, nothing really job related, but all kind of fun stuff.
Okay. Yeah, it's fun. Okay, so let's reiterate this. So you have ridden a bulla, wrestled a grizzly bear, and walked on all 7 continents. Okay. Who thinks number
That's correct.
one's the lie? Dan thinks that's the lie. Okay. I think he probably has. How about number 2? Who thinks number 2's the lie? Couple folks think that one's the lie. 3 people. Okay. The third one is he's walked on all 7 continents. Who thinks that one's the lie? I think that one's the lie. We've got 4 people. 4 people thinking number 3's the lie. Couple people think number 2's the lie. They're all pretty cool fun facts, that's for sure. So what's going on?
Those who said all 7 continents, that's the 7th before it's all said and done.
Oh, you got muted.
Can you
Okay.
hear me?
No, we didn't hear. We didn't hear which one it was. Yeah, we didn't hear which one was the lie. Oh, only been on 6 continents. Oh man. Well, that's cool. What's the story in wrestling a grizzly bear? Can you hear me? Oh, looks like he froze. Oh no.
I want to hear the story about wrestling the grizzly bear.
It's a lot.
I really do.
Okay. Young and Stupid explains it. Okay. All right. So did I miss anybody? John, did you go? John, we can't hear you. What happened?
It says I'm on.
John?
Yeah, I've turned the mute off.
I can't hear you.
I can hear him very quietly.
Well, that's that.
Did you put your 3 fun facts in the chat?
Yes, I have.
Did you do that? I don't see them. Oh, there they are. I see them. Okay, I'll scroll back a little bit here. Okay, here's John's. He has a dozen head of equine goats and alpaca. The second fact, fun fact, is he was a founder of Student Veterans of America. And the third one is that he loves to horseback ride. All right. So who thinks the first one is the lie? Everybody believe that one? Okay. The second one was he was a founder of Student Veterans of America. Who thinks that one's the lie? James thinks that's the one. Okay. And the third one is that he loves to horseback ride. I think that one's the lie. Who thinks that one's the lie? Oh, looks like there's folks who are thinking number 3 is the lie. Which one is it? John?
Working on it.
Oh, he's never ridden a horse. I think we got that one right. Very cool. All right. I think that's everyone other than me. And so, oh, wait. Looks like Jason fell off the call. So here are my 3 fun facts. I turned 40 on a Friday the 13th. It was the only bad thing that happened that day. It was my first one. My second one is I have had dinner with Gary Sinise. I sat right next to him. And the third one is when I was assigned in Europe, I was in an Armed Forces Network commercial. All right. So who thinks the first one's the lie? 3 people. Okay. 4 people. Lots of people think that I didn't turn 40 on a Friday the 13th. Okay. Number 2, who thinks number 2 is the lie? James thinks it's the lie. That I had dinner with Gary Sinise. Okay. Number 3 is the Armed Forces Network commercial. Who doesn't believe that one? Chris doesn't believe that one.
That one's very
Okay.
true. That one's very true. Most believable.
Okay. All right. Well, the lie is number 2. Number 2, I have had lunch with Gary Sinise. It was not dinner. It was lunch. And my birthday was on a Friday the 13th, and it was a great day, other than I turned 40. And then number 3 is true. It was a mission readiness exercise, and I was in the operations center, and the videographer, he was just taking footage of all sorts of stuff going on in the mission readiness exercise, and it ended up that I was in the commercial that they made of that to let people know that the unit was getting ready to go on a deployment. And I happened to be in the commercial a couple times because of being in the operations center. That's where he had most of his material, was in the operations center. And I didn't even know I was in this commercial until a lady at the food court told me, because I ordered my lunch one day. It was after the MRX, and ordering lunch, and she looks at me and is like, I know who you are. And I'm like, you do? Because I've ordered here before. She was like, no, you were on TV. So yeah, it was true. So for folks who are here in Kansas City, they probably knew what the lie was with the Gary Sinise thing, because there was an event where the chapter hosted a luncheon, and he was a recipient of an award. And that was when I had the opportunity to have lunch with Gary Sinise. It wasn't dinner. All right. Okay. Well, that was everybody's fun facts. I hope everybody had fun with that. So we're going to go ahead and move on, and we'll wrap this up. Okay, let's see here. Thank you to everyone for sharing about your business, or for you that I thought that was fun. All right, so David, can you bring up the slides again? And I'll wrap this up. Okay, so we now know much better who we can connect with for fun and business. And if you're interested in continuing to participate in some intentional and facilitated conversations about transition, I invite you to consider becoming an American Warrior of the ACA Business Club. So becoming an American Warrior affords you with many benefits. You become a member of the club, and you have access to any of the club's business club facilities anywhere, wherever they happen to be. You have access to over 20 interest groups where the American Warriors is only one of them. You have an opportunity to join a business development team. You have access to all of the club's organized events. You have access to the directory for the members and the locations all across the country. And we even have members overseas now. There's live and virtual networking and learning opportunities every single week. And there are leadership opportunities for teams, groups, or clubs for whatever it is that you're looking to step into. So the Purple Connection Strengths Profile workshops are sponsored, organized, and facilitated by Tubes Consulting. And American Warriors are encouraged to attend and invite guests to these as often as they like. Other engagement opportunities for American Warriors and their guests are the monthly discussion group, the semi-annual social and guest speaker program, and then, of course, the leadership opportunities for American Warriors club committees and the executive committee. For future events, there's no discussion group next week. It's going to be a networking social for those who want to do more fun fact sharing. Normally, it's the fourth Thursday of the month, and we have a discussion on a topic of the day. The Intro to Strengths Profile workshop is now on demand. If you or a group that you're associated with is interested in learning more about the Strengths Profile assessment, let me know and I can get that arranged for you on demand. And of course, the Purple Connection, which is the third Thursday of the month, is a Zoom. That will be a month from now. Okay. The TPC Referrals is something that some people have already participated in. For those who have not yet, this happens every second week of the month. It's an opportunity for members of the community to get more intentional with connections. Participants introduce themselves, the connection or support that they need, and then ask for something specific. Those on the call then respond to the asks with referrals, guidance, and opportunities. The email invitations to participate go out approximately 2 weeks in advance of the appointment times with a calendar link where then you just sign up for a slot. So participate in that, and for whoever is on the call with you, will be able to support your specific ask. Next slide. Want you to save the date of Thursday, February 24th. This is the next American Warriors Social and Guest Speaker Program. So this is an in-person event at the Overland Park Club. It is in the evening. It's networking, food and drinks. And the guest speaker program will include 5 veteran guest speakers. Chris Benson is actually one of them. There will be audience gifts, and there will also be sponsorship opportunities. So contact me if you're interested in supporting the event as part of the event team or being one of the sponsors of the event. All right, our lineup for next month's Purple Connection will be back to the normal program agenda. It's going to be Thursday, January 2nd. And there's a couple folks that I'm still waiting to confirm their participation. But the topic of the program is going to be insurance. The military spouse entrepreneur is going to be Janice Dickey. She is an author and a finance and business expert. Still waiting on confirmation for the military sport nonprofit and the military friendly company, but I will have that hopefully confirmed before the end of the year. Yes, Jim?
You said January 2nd, but I think the slide says January 20th.
Yes, January 20th.
So
January
it is
20th.
January 20th, Thursday.
The third Thursday of the month in January.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Thank you.
Is that January 20th? Okay. So January 20th is, the third Thursday of January. And then the transition tips will be Adam Peacock, who is a financial services professional with New York Life. All right. Contact me if there's any questions that you have about any of the programs that we're running in the Purple Connection, American Warriors, or in my business in support of transitioning military. You can email me or message me in LinkedIn. Connect with me if you're not already connected. And absolutely, if you are interested in being part of a future program, let me know and I will get you worked into a future lineup. All right. last slide. Thank you, everyone. I hope you had a fun time today. It's always great to learn a little bit more about the people who are participating in the community. As we grow the community, we'll be able to support more and more people. So have a good evening, happy holidays, and Happy New Year. We look forward to seeing you again soon.